We live in an era where the perfect body feels just a swipe away. Social media is packed with pictures of people showing off ripped abs, sculpted muscles, and perfectly timed smiles, as if physical perfection were just the norm. But are those bodies actually real? Or are we just seeing carefully edited versions, built to look untouchable? That's the trap, believing there's such a thing as the perfect physique, when in truth, perfect is nothing more than a mix of filters, angles, and illusions. Social media algorithms keep feeding us more of what we like, reinforcing that same ideal over and over. Before we even notice, we start thinking everyone's in shape, except us. What was supposed to inspire us ends up turning into comparison, and comparison quickly becomes frustration. Ever felt that? That sense that your body's never quite enough? Yeah, that's no coincidence. It's the side effect of a world that shows results but hides the process behind them. The truth is, behind every perfect photo there's a whole toolkit of invisible tricks, strategic lighting, muscle flexing, filters that slim and smooth, and editing apps that fix flaws. Even pro athletes and fitness influencers use these tools to look like they're always at their peak. But no one lives in cover photo mode 24/7. When the cameras turn off, reality looks a lot different from what gets posted online. This constant illusion creates a quiet kind of pressure, the need to always look your best all the time. And that's impossible to keep up. Chasing the perfect body, when fueled by comparison, becomes a mental cage. How many times have you looked in the mirror and thought something was missing, even though you've been putting in the work? That constant dissatisfaction is the fuel that keeps an industry running, one that profits from your insecurity. But maybe the real shift happens when you finally realize the perfect physique doesn't exist, and that everything we see is temporary, staged, and fleeting. No beautiful body lasts forever. Even the best bodybuilders in the world, after years of dedication, lose size and definition when they stop training. That's not weakness, that's biology. The body is a machine that responds to current stimulus. When the stimulus disappears, so do the results. That's why your shape isn't a permanent trophy. It's a reflection of what you're doing right now, in this very moment. Think about it. How long does it take to lose a physique that took years to build? Sometimes just a few weeks. Muscle mass drops, tone fades, fat starts to creep back in. It doesn't take much. A little neglect, a forced break, or even a stressful phase can do it. The body changes fast, and that just shows how alive, dynamic, and temporary it really is. That reality destroys the myth of a final form. A lot of people believe that once they reach a certain look, they're done forever. But the truth is, your shape is like sand slipping through your fingers. If you stop taking care of it, it's gone. Every meal, every workout, every night of good sleep is part of maintaining something that doesn't sustain itself. And that applies to everyone, even the pros. But that's not a bad thing. In fact, it's freeing. It means your body is a reflection of what you do daily, not who you were 6 months ago. The shape is temporary, but the habit is permanent. What drives progress isn't the body you have, it's the consistency behind it. And that's something no one can take away from you. So next time you look at an old photo and think, I looked better back then, remember, that shape was the result of a specific moment, and you can build it again, maybe even better. When we see an impressive physique, it's easy to say, he's just lucky, or she was born for this. But no body builds itself. There's no magic. A great shape is the direct result of consistent effort, daily reps, smart choices, and constant sacrifice. Every visible muscle is a reflection of hours in the gym, discipline in the kitchen, and a routine few people are willing to stick with. The problem is, the internet shows the result, but almost never the journey. At the same time, it's impossible to ignore the factors that distort this perception. Genetics, for instance, is a silent advantage. Some people pack on muscle easily, have perfect insertions, or a bone structure that naturally looks aesthetic. Others have to work twice as hard just to come close. That's not unfair, that's reality. The mistake is comparing your process to someone who started with a completely different hand in life's game. And then there are the extras, hormones, anabolic steroids, cosmetic treatments, even surgeries. Many of the bodies we see online aren't just the result of training and diet. They're a mix of science, money, and risk. It's not that these people don't work hard, they do. But their results are boosted by factors the public rarely sees. and almost never fully natural. The big problem is that people only see the shop window, not the backstage. We see the before and after, but not the full story, the cycle, the diet, the money, the side effects, and the sacrifices behind it all. That creates a dangerous illusion that anyone can get the same physique by following some miracle method. And when results don't come, frustration and a sense of failure hit hard. The truth is, the game was never fair. It's always had hidden variables. That's why it's important to remember. Discipline is the only factor truly under your control. We live in a time when the body has become a product, and marketing knows exactly how to exploit that. Everywhere online, someone's promising a shortcut, a revolutionary method, or a secret that'll transform your physique in 30 days. But here's what most people don't say. The human body doesn't work that way. It takes time, patience, and consistency. So when something claims fast and effortless results, you can bet there's exaggeration, manipulation, or straight-up lies involved. Social media is full of miracle transformations, but what you see isn't always what actually happened. A lot of influencers post before and after shots taken just minutes apart, changing the lighting, angles, and muscle flexing to fake progress. Others go further, editing images or reusing old photos to build fake narratives. The problem is that people believe it, and that belief creates impossible expectations. And the market feeds on that. Supplements, courses, and workout programs sell the promise of an incredible body. No effort, no sacrifice, no time required. But most of the time, what they deliver is just another source of disappointment. People buy into the dream, stick with it for a few weeks, and give up when they realize there's no magic trick. Then the next ultimate method appears, and the cycle starts all over again. It's an endless loop that only benefits the ones selling the illusion. What's most dangerous is how this warps people's relationship with their own bodies. Instead of seeing their physique as a sign of progress, they start seeing it as personal failure for not matching the fake standards being sold to them. The body stops being a process and turns into a debt. How many times have you heard someone say, "I just wasn't born for this"? In reality, the problem isn't their body, it's the lies surrounding it. That's why it's so important to break down the idea that there's such a thing as a body without effort. In the end, your physique is like a rental. If you stop paying, you lose it. Trained hard, ate well, slept right, your body responds. Slacked off, neglected your routine, drifted away, it charges interest. The body isn't a trophy you win and keep on a shelf. It's a reward you have to renew every single day. And that's the uncomfortable truth most people don't want to face. There's no permanent body, only constant maintenance. Your body is rented because it demands daily payments in 3 currencies: training, nutrition, and recovery. Remove any one of those, and the result collapses. It doesn't matter if you're an athlete, a beginner, or a celebrity. Your physique responds to your commitment, not your reputation. That's why even people who once had an amazing build can fall apart fast if they stop. The body doesn't remember glory, only habits. Even those with unlimited resources, doctors, hormones, cosmetic procedures, still have to keep up the grind. No steroid replaces consistency, and no surgery holds results if the lifestyle doesn't match. The rented physiques of celebrities and influencers are sustained by intense routines, and often invisible pressure. Behind every flawless body is a list of sacrifices most people wouldn't be willing to make. And that's the part almost no one shows, the cost of maintenance. Because it's not just physical, it's mental. It takes discipline when you don't feel like it, focus when life distracts you, and patience when results take their time. And that's exactly what separates people who just have a body from those who've built a solid mindset. The body changes, but commitment is what keeps it standing. When it comes to fitness, most people only focus on the final result, the shape. But the real difference maker has never been the body itself. It's the consistency behind it. Anyone can crush their workouts for a week, but only a few can keep showing up for months, years, or even a lifetime. It's that quiet, repeated consistency that separates those chasing aesthetics from those truly transforming their mind and body. The body is changeable. It shifts with time, age, and the phases of life. But discipline is solid, built through repetition. It's what gets you up when you don't feel like it, pushes you to train when you're tired, and keeps you steady when no one's watching. Your body might change, fade, or rebuild itself, but the mindset you develop along the way stays forever. It's the most important invisible muscle you'll ever build. A lot of people think training is just about shaping the body, but anyone who lives this lifestyle knows it shapes something way bigger: your character. It's in the gym or anywhere you push yourself that you learn about patience, persistence, and resilience. Every set, every rep, every drop of sweat is a reminder that victory doesn't come from results. It comes from the habit of never giving up. And what's most interesting is that, over time, the mirror stops being your main motivation. Training becomes part of who you are, not just a way to look better. You start working out because it makes you feel good, because you know that constant effort keeps you grounded, balanced, and aware of your own worth. The physique becomes a consequence, not the goal. So when someone asks you what the secret to your shape is, the answer is simple: consistency. At the end of the day, every body is rented. Your physique will change, time will pass, and the mirror will keep showing you new versions of yourself. But what you build inside, that's permanent. Because the body might be temporary, but mindset, discipline, and self-respect are your real legacy. That's what sets you apart, what helps you grow, and what keeps you steady even when motivation fades. Real beauty isn't in having shredded abs or hitting a certain number on the scale. It's in the process of becoming stronger, more aware, and more consistent. It's in the daily effort, the small choices, and the quiet wins that you truly transform. The perfect body doesn't exist. What exists is your best version, and that changes as you evolve. And that's the most beautiful part of the journey. So, if this message hit home for you, if it made you rethink what it really means to have a great physique, hit that like button down below. It helps the channel a ton and keeps us bringing more reflections like this one. And drop a comment too. What do you value most in your journey? The physical progress or the mindset? I'd love to hear your take on that. And of course, if you're not subscribed yet, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos. Every week, we bring new topics to inspire, motivate, and help you see the fitness world in a more real and conscious way. And if you want to support the channel even more, consider becoming a member. That way, you directly help us keep producing more content. Before you go, I've got one more invite for you. Check out the video that's popping up on your screen right now. It ties perfectly into what we talked about today and will make you see training, the body, and discipline from a whole new perspective. Click there and keep this reflection going with me, because the body might be temporary, but the journey lasts a lifetime.